Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Mochen La'ira online smicha. When you learn the beginning of Chesed Mishpat, you learn who are the qualifying people to be a Dayan. Now, obviously, in Chesed Mishpat, we're not dealing with Dinei Nefashis because there's no Bezdin today that could actually deal with capital punishment Dinei Nefashis. Obviously, the qualifications for a Dayan for Dinei Nefashis is a much higher level. But you still, for Dinei Mamonis, for the matters that today a Bezdin is allowed to deal with, there are qualifications of who is suitable, who's roi to be a Dayan. And it's based on what the Gemara says in Sanhedrin. Obviously, one of the first qualifications is he has to be a chachma. He has to possess wisdom. Now it's brought from the Talmidei al-Baal Shem Tov, one of the Talmidei al-Baal Shem Tov, that the word chachma is a Rashi Tevis, Chilu Mipanov Kol Haaretz. Chilu Mipanov Kol Haaretz, loosely translated, means that the people have fear, the people of the world, all Kol Haaretz, everything in the world, Chilu Mipanov, have fear of Hashem. In other words, that true Chachma is somebody who has Yiras Shamayim. Now that is actually also one of the qualifications for a Dayan. Now, it's very important that you interpret this Chacham as one who has Yiras Shamayim, as the Mishnah Perkei Avos says, that Yirasei Kedemes LeChachmasei, Chachmasei Kedemes LeYirasei, but Yiras Shamayim is a very fundamental point for a person's Chachma, because there's another interpretation, there's another Rashi Tevis for Chachma, and sometimes a person misuses his wisdom. Chachma is also a Rashi Tevis, Ki Mola Haaretz Chamas, that the world is full of thieves, of ganovim. Chamas is a form of geneva. So a person, you have to be very true to where this person is using, where and how this person is using his capabilities, of his wisdom, of his chachma. Hopefully it is one that the chachma is based on Yiras Shamayim, and not somebody who his chachma is shrewd in knowing how to twist and turn things just to make another buck. Now, there is a pasuk in Parshas Nosai, where the pasuk says, "Who are the Nesiyei Hamatis? Who were the Nesiyim of every shevet?" So Rashi says, why are they called Nesiyei Hamatis? Says because Mata means a shevet. Mata also means a stick. Why are they called the Nesiyim of the Matos and not the Nesiyim of the Shvatim? So Rashi says a fascinating pshat, because who were those chosen to be the Nesiyim, the leaders of the Shvatim, were those Shahayu Ashoitrim Aleim b'Mitzrayim, V'hayu Mukim Aleim, those who were punished in Mitzrayim. They were meant to overlook and install fear. They were people who were in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, were supposed to punish the Jews for not doing their quota or not working. And when the Jews didn't do the right thing, the leaders who were meant to hurt them got punished by the Egyptians. So the Shoitrim, those who got punished and got whipped by stick from the Egyptians for not tattletaling or for not enforcing the heavy law on the Jews, they, as a reward, they became the Nesiyim, as the pasuk says, Vayaku Shoitri b'nei Yisrael, that the Shoitri b'nei Yisrael got hit because of not enforcing the law. And they became those who became the Nesiyim. So what kind of lesson do we learn from that? We learn a tremendous lesson. We learn that besides for the qualifications which is mentioned in Shulchan Aruch and Gemara Sanhedrin, for example, for Dinei Nefashis, it doesn't say this for Dinei Mamonis, but for Dinei Nefashis it says that one of the qualifications is the Dayan needs to be he has to have within him the strong midah of rachmanus, of compassion and feeling for another person. So he should be able to, and that's why preferably he should have children, he shouldn't be too old, he shouldn't be a grouchy, so he has a feeling what the people are going through in their lives. So that he should feel for another person when the case comes in front of him. As we find by the Mitzrayim, that the people who stood up and got hit on behalf of, instead of another Jew getting hit, they were the right person to be chosen eventually to be leaders. Now, some say a step further. Some explain that it's not only that a Dayan has to have a feeling, not only a Dayan has to be wise and just knowing the book smart, but he has to actually understand what everybody's going through. When two litigants come through, two Bali Din and two litigants come in front of you and they have a court case, if you're so aloof, if everything went smooth in your life, and you never had any troubles, and you never got hit, and you never knew, then you'll want to understand. You want to really have the true feeling for what these two people are going through. So therefore, somebody, as by Moshe Rabbeinu it says, by Moshe Rabbeinu, who was the Rosh Sanhedrin, it says, "Vayar b'sivloisam." The Moshe Rabbeinu saw the pain and felt the pain of the Jews, so he's able to be a perfect judge to judge cases amongst people.